AITA for telling my sister's friends that I have a boyfriend?
Originally posted by Youp Showman 1234 in r Am I the Asshole on February 15, 23. Updated February 17. Trigger warning. Homophobia. Less than. Original post. AITA for telling my sister's friends that I have a boyfriend? I, 29M, have been with my boyfriend, Rob, 31M, for just over a year. We are out to our families and friends as a couple. I came out at 22 years old. My younger sister, Sarah, 24F, announced her pregnancy to immediately family 2 months ago.
My mom, 55F, and Sarah have been planning her gender reveal party ever since. It's a grand occasion with nearly every person she's ever known plus our entire family. It's all being funded by my mother since Sarah's her golden child. My siblings and I were supportive of all the fanciness since it's the first grandkid in the family. I received my official invitation over text 2 weeks ago. In that message, Sarah said I would be free to bring Rob as she knows that we're basically inseparable and that he's practically a part of the family now. I replied that I would be coming and bringing Rob. Fast forward 2 weeks to last night, the big night. Rob and I got to the party a little early to help set up like my mom had asked us to do.
As soon as we entered the house, Sarah ushered us off to the side and quietly asked us to not act so coupley tonight. I was kind of shocked, but I thought it was because she didn't want anything to overshadow her big day. Rob seemed kind of annoyed, but we agreed to not do anything embarrassing and started to help Mom set up. Everything went okay for an hour or so and then we sat down to eat. Rob and I sat across from this girl and guy who apparently were a couple. We started talking and really hit it off. At some point, the guy made a joke, something along the lines of, "Hey, you better not be flirting with my girlfriend." I laughed and joked back, saying that I wouldn't want to start a fight with my boyfriend. We laughed about it. I noticed Sarah getting up from the head of the table and storming over.
She asked to talk to me and pulled me away from the table to whisper yell at me for telling her friends that Rob and I were dating after she asked me not to. I was confused and said that she asked us to not act coupley but not pretend that we aren't one. She got mad and told me that it was the same thing. I asked what was so wrong with a couple of friends finding out about my relationship. She said it was because she didn't want her friends to know that her baby would be raised around the LGBT. At that point I was stunned. She has never been anything but supportive of me. I left her standing there and went back to the table. The couple sitting across from us asked why we were leaving so soon and I told them that my sister didn't want a couple of gay guys around her kids, so I'm just respecting her wishes a little early. We grabbed our stuff and left.
My phone has been blowing up with texts. Sarah cusses me out for leaving the party and disobeying her wishes, and Mom begs to know why I left early. At this point, I don't care about Sarah or her kid, but I feel like I should have just apologized and shut up, instead of causing a ton of drama. So, AITA? In the comments. Her fiancé's family is very pro-choice, pro-LGBTQ, anti-gun. I don't get where her sudden homophobia is coming from. Update 2 days later. Thanks for all the comments and advice, everyone. Rob and I really appreciate it. Yesterday morning I had a phone call with Mom where I told her everything that Sarah had said. She was appalled and told me she was sorry before hanging up and telling every family member she has contact with. My phone has been blowing up with texts from everyone ever since. The family is divided in 3 sides. Mine, hers, or both of us suck. I have had many texts asking why I would want to flaunt my gayness at a party that is supposed to showcase the normal way, traditional straight couples and having kids via pregnancy. I had a sit-down at my house with Rob, Mom, and Sarah this morning. Sarah arrived in tears and refused to look at me. I finally convinced her to talk when I asked her, "I want to know why you said what you said." She looked at me and told me that she was sorry but didn't want any gay guys around her kid. I asked her why. "Because I'm afraid it'll turn my baby gay." I don't want them to get bullied. Rob laughed and told her she was an idiotic bitch and left the room. I was incredibly upset as well, but I stayed for a minute to tell her that she was wrong. That you cannot be turned gay. That you are simply born gay. I told her to think about it and let me know if she still thought that way. If she thought about it and did, I'd be no contact with her for the foreseeable future. I told her I still loved her but that boundaries needed to be set as she had hurt and disrespected my partner and me. Both of them left. I spent a long time consoling Rob. I also want to note that I did in fact tell my youngest gossipy brother about it all right after I told Mom. He says he never wants to be involved with Sarah again. I feel so bad that I'm dividing the family. Just a few minutes ago, I got a call from Sarah who said that she was very sorry. She had discussed it with her fiancé and he had reiterated everything that I had said about being born gay. She told me that she had allowed fear to control her senses. I asked her if she would still love the kid if they turned out LGBTQ+. She said absolutely. She begged me to reconsider going no contact as she wanted Rob and me to be a part of her kid's life. I told her that I would be going low contact as she had still hurt us. But I would be available if she needs me. I told her that if she disrespects us or our relationship again I will go no contact. She agreed and asked to apologize to Rob. He listened to her and agreed to be in the baby's life, but he told me that he will not socialize with her unless absolutely necessary. I agreed. I have come to the conclusion that if Rob and I get married we will elope. If we adopt a child, children, or even a pet, she will not be alone with them ever. I do not trust her completely, but I do still love her. Reminder: do not comment on the original posts or contact the original poster. I am not the original poster. This is a repost. Is anyone amazed that Sarah managed to keep this outdated and absurd view despite having family, husband, and husband's family who know better? Like, how the hell is she so convinced that gay is contagious? Or that even if it was, she should care? Gotta love how existing while gay is flaunting their sexuality. I would be extremely cautious continuing a relationship with Sarah. I don't think I would ever be able to trust her again. I feel so bad that I'm dividing the family. This is sad to read. He didn't do anything to cause this. It was the atrocious behavior of his sister that created this mess. This is all on her. As soon as we entered the house, Sarah ushered us off to the side and quietly asked us to not act so coupley tonight. I was kind of shocked, but I thought it was because she didn't want anything to overshadow her big day. That's the moment to bail. Except Oop is still crediting Sarah with being healthy, so he can't imagine what's really going on. I feel so bad that I'm dividing the family. Sarah divided the family. Oop is a healthy person with normal empathy. So Oop feels bad that's happened. But Oop did nothing. His sister is sick. She had discussed it with her fiancé and he had reiterated everything that I had said about being born gay. Imagine being the finance. You fucking said what to your own brother? Your own gay brother? What the fuck is wrong with you? As a parent, I worry about my son getting cancer. Not getting gay. Sarah is a homophobic idiot. ETA. Like many others. I'm surprised by Sarah. Is it possible Sarah herself might not be heterosexual? I don't get this idea. Does she think every queer person with kids turns their kids queer? I can't get mine to eat their vegetables or get dressed in a timely manner. How am I supposed to turn them gay? If Oop adopts, he should keep his kid away from Sarah because she might turn the baby stupid. I have had many texts asking why I would want to flaunt my gayness at a party that is supposed to showcase the normal way. traditional straight couples and having kids via pregnancy. I'm side-eyeing OP's relatives so hard. I hope he goes no contact with all of them. Also, I wonder if OP's parents were really supportive of him coming out or if they were just tolerating it. I don't believe OP's sister turned homophobic overnight. A lot of homophobes will hide who they are to not look like a bad guy. See OP's sister's sudden understanding when her fiancé explained to her she didn't want to look bad in front of him. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. I would elope and never leave my kids or pets with her either. I also would assume that CPS or animal control would get called if any drama were to start. It's the groomer narrative striking again. Conservative talking heads like Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro pretend it's just about trans people, but they know very well that all LGBT people will be caught in the crossfire because conservatives don't make the distinction. Trans women and gay men are both just failed men to them, and they will try to shame everyone to see it their way. Young moms are at risk for indoctrination like this because they enter new social spaces, many of which lean very conservative, because new moms often have to deal with a whole host of new fears and insecurities. And conservatism presents itself as a good way of dealing with those fears. There's a reason places like Mumsnet are hotbeds of anti-trans and anti-vax activity. I'm glad to see that sister's fiancé seems to have a cooler head on his shoulders. I hope he manages to work through this with her. But a sudden turn in political identity after a pregnancy has ruined many marriages before. This may be a temporary lapse of judgment that was caught early and that her family helps her through. Or this might be the first step of her spiraling down into outright bigotry. So sad for Oop. I hope this gets a happy update. But in this current culture war climate, I doubt this'll be the last of it. I have had heteronormativity shoved down my throat my entire life. Didn't turn me straight. Think that one positive LGBT+ couple will turn every child gay? Such flawed thinking. I asked her if she would still love the kid if they turned out LGBTQ+. She said absolutely. Fast forward 15 years to a sobbing child showing up at OP's doorstep at midnight, having been kicked out because mommy caught them kissing the wrong gender. Gosh, this is so sad. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but don't believe Sarah's apology is completely genuine. I think she realized people started to turn on her, including her fiancé, and that if she didn't try to make amends, she'd end up a single mom with no family or friends to support her. Very heartbreaking situation. This is heartbreaking for OP. Unfortunately then, I don't want my child to turn gay mindset is still prevalent in the world. My hometown, for example, I used to think like that, just having been raised with that mindset till I went to college. A good friend of mine, who's black and gay, explained it like this: being gay isn't a choice. It's how you're born. Like my skin tone. You think I'd choose to be black and gay? That honestly made the most sense in the world to me. Of course I'd love my son if he was gay. That's why I'm ruining the relationship with my brother and his partner. To keep the gay away. What a silly question. I don't want my child to catch the gay. You know, the way I did growing up with my brother? Quote, I'm so sick of LGBTQ people having to debate about their own right to live a normal life. I really respect the thoughtful and measured approach OP took to this in words and actions. I can't wait for the "you can catch gayness" stigma to die. The sooner the better. I wish all the best for OP and that they live a toxic-free life. My favorite question for this type of thought process is, when did you figure out you were straight? It's such a simple thing.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.